everybody. This is a question that I normally asked, and I have done previous videos on it, but as usual, when time goes on, things can get better. So here's my video on how the blind read, but I'm going to include some harsh truths about the costing model that we are all working upon today with the visual impaired. By visually impaired, I'm meaning those who are blind, or in other words, severely sight impaired, and those who are visually impaired, which is, well, sight impaired rather than just severely sight impaired. Now, don't be fooled, because when you are visually impaired, you can be reading text up to size 48, okay? And that's quite large, okay? So, without further ado, here is the first item of choice. Sorry about the noise in the background. So, right now, I'm about to show you what is called the Clear Reader Plus. Now, I got the Clear Reader Plus when I was at university through student finance, and I absolutely loved it at the time. But this piece of equipment costs at around £2,500. I think online at the moment you can get them from eBay for about £700 or £2,100, but that's like a ballpark estimate of how much they actually cost these days. So since this machine takes about the same amount of time to go to the toilet and back, or make yourself a cup of tea and back to load, and it's a pretty simple item, I'm just going to show you how it works. So I'm going to press the on button on the side. When you hear this ding-a-ling-a-ling, I think that means it's meant to be on. So it looks like it's warmed up from the last time. So it's just calibrating. It's just
Reward 7.
There we go.
PRT phase. Chronology of 1. Introduction. Contents. Philastry. 15. Sabbath in the suburbs. 15. The Jewish religious establishment. 19.
There we go. So as you can hear, whilst initially it might not be the best in speech, but it certainly warms up and starts to actually do what you need it to do. The only thing about the Clear Reader Plus that I really hated at university, especially when it came to university referencing, was the fact that it will not read to you page numbers. Now, the reason that I was given for this, and in fact it goes across the board with OCR software in England, is it's to make it much more difficult for us to copy a book, make the book, and then sell the book on. This, of course, is really, really irritating, because we might want to annotate a page and send it like anybody else, or we might want to be able to scan it in like anybody else. And let's face it, it's not like the sighted can't scan a page of a book in and know what number it is, and then put the book into a Word document themselves and edit it so that it has the same page numbers, print it off and then sell it, does it? So really, it just seems a little over the top in terms of capability and the ability to enforce rules upon the disabled rather than following it themselves. So with this machine, you can read in several different languages. However, you do have to download them separately. This is the remote, and it comes as a separate item. You can stop, start, and continue playing. So when I'm pressing that button down there, I can skip to the next sentence. When I press this, on the right hand side there are two arrows. Well, actually not, on the right and the left hand side there are two arrows. That is for forward across the page.
Suburbs. 15.
And backwards. So the idea is that I can then go into the menu.
Entering menu. Open.
And I can open a doc. So here is the next piece of equipment that I'm going to show you that I can use to read, but do other things. Again, this is about £2,500. And it is built with, if I can just take you, a really thin screen with a camera attached. It has a merry-go-round of all sorts of things you can do. So Magnifier,
books, calculator, quick access, applications,
and the App Store, because this is also an Android tablet.
calculator,
So
books,
you can look at books from the Bookshare, which is an American company, but a good one.
magnifier, gallery,
You can look at your gallery, so that's where you save the things that you've created.
settings,
Settings,
help,
and of course the help function
settings,
with YouTube
magnifier,
there. So I'm going to click the magnifier because this one is specifically to show you how blind people can read. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tablet to hold this open like that. So underneath you can see a book. It's any old book that you can get.
view, full page,
So in order for me to read this book, whilst it being in my own print, this, to give you an idea, is the size of print that I can read, but extremely slowly. So I'm just going to press play.
Bible states that in the course of 6 days God made heaven and earth, and created an eon and else lineage. Then on the seventh day God rested, and this has been known ever since as the Sabbath. When Moses received
magnify, main carousel,
So there you go. That is one way that the blind can read. What I like about this product is the fact that it is also a tablet. So it's a multi-purpose device. You can also write on this, which is probably why it costs about £2,500. However, it's important to bear in mind also that when I was about 13, something with just magnified to the point that you saw just there and was flat screen and easily compacted and put away was the same price, the same amount of money as Durham County Council had for all visually impaired children within Durham, which was about £3,000. So you can understand why most councils don't really want to provide equipment. So far we have seen two products costing at around £2,500. So with these products we can save things, we can save documents, we can read them visually. However, this product here, the KNFB reader, is even more cheaper, and I love it for its accuracy and its saving capability into Dropbox. Yes, I haven't quite worked out how to edit things with it, but I do know it's capable of doing so. You can also buy giraffe stands, and you can get the same product on your phone and your tablet for the same costings. That can be up to £120, or it can be on £70. I have seen it as £30 in a sale on the App Store. So I'm just going to click here to let you hear what kind of things it can do.
Field of view report. Button. Take picture. Button. Take picture. View image associated with document.
60 Judaism
Button.
has largely disappeared. The Hasidim have also become Talmudists and, perhaps more importantly, a Fariyati to both these groups emerged with the advent of the
Speed.
worship away.
Play. Button. Play.
So, as you can see, it can read very, very accurately. But you can also change the language and the speed at which it reads it out to you. If you want in something quick, just to read your documents at home, then buying an iPad or an Android and putting KNFB reader on it is what you want to do, okay? Hello everyone, so what I'm now going to show you is the Seeing AI app. This is in fact totally free and does a range of different things. However, I can't show you the full range because we're just talking about how the blind read and what there is available to you. Now, be warned, most people have said that although this is good, it doesn't necessarily read text as fluidly or as well as before, or at least that's what was said when I first saw this product. So now I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to show you a document.
Write and take picture button. Processing. Back button.
So here you go, here's my document. And now in order to get my document to read, I go down to the bottom here on the left hand side of your app. Sorry, just trying to figure out a way of doing this.
Stop, button, play, button, pause.
Body, font family, Arial, font size, 12 points, int 0 reduction, 21 unlike the street, Methodux Hualha, E, Barang, D Maria, S the modern, the Maria E partners, hopefully I think the community, and it is unusual for them to marry before the mid-20s. They're not generally BC an exceptionally large number of children in the silver back.
Stop.
Now, as you can see, that sounds great. But the other thing that I'm fairly impressed with, although I don't think is as good as the Connect.
Share, button, decrease font size, share, button, decrease font, share, button, decrease font size, button.
Sorry, I'm just going to have to try and find this button.
Decrease font size, share, button, decrease font size, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size.
That is it, increasing the font size so that in theory I could read it. However, I've got to be honest, I definitely could not read that.
Increase font size, increase font size.
And it is not in a way that I could actually read it. It just looks like a bit of a mess, really. But
it is unusual. Seeing AI.
It's a pretty good machine. It is actually pretty good in consideration that it's free. So I hope this gives you a little bit of insight in how the blind can read and the pricing structures that you're looking at when you are visually impaired and blind. Again, if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel and please watch my videos. It means a lot to me. And share them with those who you think would actually appreciate and find this helpful. See you later, guys!